Ever pondered over the peculiarities of e-bike laws in Europe? Let's take a closer look. In Europe, e-bike power is capped at a mere 250 watts. Now compare this to our friends across the pond in the USA, where the power limit reaches up to 500 or even 750 watts. That's a big difference, isn't it? But it doesn't stop there. In Europe, the speed limit for e-bikes is set at 25 kilometers per hour. You heard that right, 25 kilometers per hour. Imagine cruising through a city at that pace. But let's throw another curveball into the mix. Unlike e-bikes, e-scooters in Europe are allowed up to 500 watts and they come with throttle controls. That's right, throttle controls, which are conspicuously absent from e-bikes in Europe. It's a fascinating world of contradictions, isn't it? So what does this mean for e-bike enthusiasts in Europe? Imagine the story of Jane, an e-bike enthusiast living in the heart of Europe. Jane's passion for these two-wheeled wonders is palpable. She loves the wind in her hair, the freedom of the open road, the thrill of speed. But she's often held back, not by her own limitations, but by the law. In Europe, Jane's e-bike is restricted to just 250 watts, while her speed is capped at a mere 25 kilometers per hour. No throttle, just pedal assist. It's like being a bird with clipped wings for Jane. She dreams of the e-bike scene in the States, where riders can enjoy up to 750 watts of power, with a thumb throttle for that extra burst of speed. She imagines the wind, the speed, the exhilarating freedom that her counterparts experience. Jane's story is not unique, but a reflection of many e-bike lovers in Europe. The question then arises, is it time for more modern, liberal e-bike laws in Europe as seen in the USA? Let's revisit the key points we've discussed. The restrictive 250-watt limit on e-bikes in Europe is, to put it mildly, a tad stifling, especially when compared to the 500 or 750 watts allowed in the USA. Then, there's the speed cap of 25 kilometers per hour, which, let's face it, can feel a tad slow for the adventurous among us. And let's not forget the lack of throttle control, a feature that's notably present on e-scooters. It's clear that the current e-bike laws need a reform to cater to the growing community of e-bike enthusiasts like Jane, who demand more freedom and flexibility in their ride. As e-bike lovers, it's time to pedal towards change and make the e-bike experience in Europe as exhilarating as it should be.